I got asked to donate 500 cans for a single event last week. I said no. We get asked to donate product almost every day, but as a small brand, every can we give away has to work if we want to survive and thrive. So here's the 4 filter framework I run every free product request through. All right, guys, we are back here at Behind the Mobile Bar. Over here with myself, Ryan, the CEO and founder of Happiest Hours. We have my cousin CJ over here, founder of Happiest Hours as well. And of course, Vivian with Thirsty Horse. Today is going to be about free events. And how do we approach it? Do we do it? How do we do it if we want to do it? Is it worth it? Just our thoughts and everything about it, because it comes up. You get all these requests, right? It might be a charitable thing. It might be a good opportunity. It might be an influencer, celebrity thing. I don't know.
It might be your cousin. It
might be your cousin. Yeah. It might be your family member that's like, come on, man. Like, that kind of thing. It's just, how do you approach these things? And I think it's a very interesting thing. And we just want to provide our thoughts and maybe some structure if you plan on doing it. There's no right answer. You're probably going to hear that a lot with us, that it all depends, and there's no right answer. It just comes down to how you approach things. But we'll jump right into it. But before we do that, we got to talk about what we sipping on, man. What are we sipping on today? So, Vid, of course, what you got?
I got some small batch E.H. Taylor. Ooh, fancy stuff today.
I like
Actually, I opened up the bottle for just today.
Let's go. All right, you sipping slow, sipping neat. I like it.
He said, if I'm giving away free, I'm definitely going to be enjoying myself.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, I love it. CJ, what you working on?
I have some of that yak. Yeah. Oh, there you go.
There you
go. I'll give you guys a little bit of this cognac called the Expedition. And it's absolutely fantastic. It's one of those cognacs where they take it out into the ocean and let the barrel sit in the water so that the juice can touch all of the bottles. I think it's called the Expedition Commodore.
What?
Yeah. And so it just it has a little extra juice. It's smooth. If I had a cigar, I'll have Mike, by the way. It'd be perfect. But yeah, no, it's something smooth.
Right? Wait, what do you mean? I'm sorry to interrupt. What, the barrels? They put the barrels in the water, like out to sea?
Yeah. For 3 months. For 3 months, they take the barrels and they just have them. Because if you guys will see with the bottle, when you turn a bottle sideways, it creates air bubbles. So not all of the juice is always touching the barrel. Same thing. So their theory is that if it's in the ocean and you're letting the waves always keeping that juice moving and touching parts of the barrel, you're going to get more flavor out of it.
That's rad. Look at CJ with the facts.
That's it.
That's sick.
All right.
That's similar to like the Jefferson's Ocean thing.
I was just about to say, Jefferson's Ocean also does something very similar. Jefferson's Ocean is cool because they will show you a map of where the barrel has traveled.
Right.
So like they take it even a step further, which is super cool. Yeah,
that's right.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, I to follow up that, I got something crazy I'm drinking right now. Like
Stop it. What is it? It's water. It's water, isn't it?
Story, like just everything, like how it was made, like everything, and it's it's
Coke Zero.
It's a high noon. Yeah. Hey, look, I like to keep
something seltzer.
Yeah, simple, stupid, whatever they call it. Like look, hey, High Noon's been crushing it for a long time, and I appreciate it. There's a time and place for a High Noon, and they were the first ones to do like the whole. This is a clean seltzer. You know what I mean? There's none of that extra additives, sucralose, or it's not like barley or whatever it is, malt stuff. This is real vodka, and it's just super clean. So they did their thing here. Obviously, they're big. They're blowing stuff up. But it's also, it's actually timely with this, obviously, as the new generation and, new people, they're not drinking as much as that, but they are drinking. The RTDs is obviously through the roof, and there's all these new RTD brands that's coming out. So there's a place for all of this stuff. But with that being said, cheers
guys.
Boom.
Bing.
All right. let's talk about free events. All right. Let's go into, I don't know, Viv, I felt like you were kind of telling us you wanted to get something off your chest here when it came
Yeah.
to free events.
There's so many. There's so many people that will forever always ask.
Mm,
And it's a fine line. Honestly, I do them, and I do them not all the time, but I do them if I know I'm getting something out of it in the long run. Maybe not today or tomorrow, but I try to be strategic about it.
right.
So we'll see where my 2 cents fit in with your storytelling here.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it's just a conversation, right? And I think different strokes for different folks kind of thing. And where are you at in your business? And and is it worth it? All of those things come into factor. And again, I read a really cool post. I won't even take credit for it, but it really kind of struck me because we did free events as well.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them worked great, some of them did not. A lot of them didn't, but some of them worked
Typically,
great. Yeah.
that's how they go. They don't work out. Yeah.
And so when I read this, I was like, oh man, this is a good one. Let's talk about this topic. And so I can't even take full credit for it. I think they added really good structure to it and insight, which we'll talk about in a second. But like, I remember when, we were first kind of like starting, right? And our number one thing was just to get our at bats, right? And just learn through the process and, just get out there. And even if you do a free event, you're jumping into a bunch of people, even though you're doing this free event for this one person, you're still getting in front of 50, 75, whoever amount of people. So if you kind of see it as like a marketing expense,
An opportunity.
as an opportunity to get in front. Now you want to be in front of the right people, and all those kind of things. So you have to assess all of that. It's not always a bad thing when it comes to that, and depending on where you're at in your business. And so I remember when we first started, we actually hit up 10 micro influencers or something like that. And not the big guys, just like, the people that were under the big guys, right? That were actually had some more engagement and local activity and stuff like that. And we probably had like 3 out of the 10 respond or something like that. And one of them really panned out. It was someone we were doing events for years, and she would recommend us, and then we would get like 10 events out of just her recommendation.
Wow.
And full paid events. So did that work out for us? Absolutely. And we did something to where it's like, hey, this is working. I'm gonna do one free event for you every single year as long as we can keep this up. Now, sometimes it runs its course, like the well gets a little dry. She has only so many people she can refer to.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, the value is not always like, who this person referred you to. It's also like just being top of mind and having her talk about you or whatever the situation is. And maybe indirectly she's helping you out. Somebody just sees the content, the post, whatever. Oh, this person's legit. I know her. Like, I want to do it. And it may not have came directly from her, but maybe from her following or whatever. And maybe you never know. But those are kind of those hidden things that can happen with that. But then again, there's times where it doesn't work out at all. Don't do that. So
Mm-hmm.
Funny that you say that, 'cause I think I know who you're talking about. Who is just a fantastic client. And then there's also like Ryan said, there's probably 3 out of 10 that worked out, where you have the ones where you do it, and a lot of times your free events are the ones that give you the most headaches. Where
Yeah.
right, you give them an inch and they're trying to take the entire mile, and you're just like, man, the way you treated me, you acting as if you paid me something, right? But like you said, it's more of an art than a science of finding out the right ones. The one that worked out best for us, I always say, right, that led to a mentorship, that came from a guest at that free event.
right.
But I think the only reason why that happened is because people forget you need to show up to these events, whether free or paid, the same way, right? And we wouldn't have gotten into that opportunity if we had showed up like, oh, this is a free event, I don't really care. Right? Like oh, it doesn't matter if it, like like you even paid for it. I don't care what cocktails I'm serving. No, you're always representing your business.
Yep.
You are always representing yourself, and how you carry yourself, and you just never know who's watching. And I would say if it wasn't for Ryan and showing out at that moment, I don't think we'd even be where we are today, because
Wow.
that really kicked us off to down this path. So
100%, 100%, CJ. And yeah, that's the biggest thing. You can't let your attitude shift or change or whatever
Yeah.
just because someone
Because
got
they
you.
are being a pain. Yeah.
Right,
Because they
they're
are
being-
being a pain, and it's
Right.
hard to sometimes you can't react. Yeah. And you just have to remind yourself, I agreed to this. I can't go back. I can't say
Bingo.
no. I can't. Yeah. You agreed to it.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
have to be the same thirsty horse, the same happiest hours.
And the thing is that that situation is happening with one person and you. The rest of the people that are there don't know what's going on. And
Hmm.
all they know is that you're the bartender for today, and are you giving me good vibes or not? And you making good cocktails or not? No matter what's happened yesterday or what's happened with this deal, they don't know that. And so we have to keep that in the back of our head, because again, our business, as I keep saying, it's all about the rollover of you get one event and hopefully one person at that event books you for the next event. And
Good. Worth
in
it.
order to increase your chances of that happening, you got to stay consistent. And so that's a key thing there. But there's times again that it doesn't work out, right? And it's funny, even right now as I'm talking about it and even thinking about it, it's all like I have a pretty good gut feeling of when it doesn't work out and when it does. And I think it comes down to, if people are reaching out to you asking for a free event, there's probably a really good chance that they're going around the horn and just looking for somebody to bite. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? On something.
Yeah.
They're selling you something. They're selling you the dream. We're gonna do a post. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. We're gonna blah blah blah. And it's just all like, those are the ones you got to watch out for. When we got this free event, we reached out to them. We said, "Hey,
Yeah.
I'm willing to do this for you because we've done our research already.
Yep.
We feel like
Yep.
we're going to take a chance on you because we feel like you're surrounded around the right people that we want to be with. And if this works out for you, let's make this happen." So that's where it gets interesting. We've all been in those threads. And what's great about our community is that when we see somebody that's just asking everybody the same thing,
Yeah.
little do they know we're not idiots.
Pass.
We all
Yeah.
know
Pass.
each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
there's a
We're a
network
large
of
community.
bartenders.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
And it's funny, like big businesses do the exact same thing. Hey, there's this scammer right here. You watch out for him, right? And what's great of being part of the community is that you have people. Hey, look out for this person.
Right.
Oh, that's fun. They also reached out to me, right?
Mhm.
And then it goes around the horn, right? So it's no, you said it, right? Like there are some benefits and some perks, and the faster you're able to realize, hey, there's nothing in this for me,
Yeah.
and how people operate, right? Like making sure, hey, if you promise me that you're gonna make a post about me and shoot me out, you better deliver on that. You better make sure
Right.
that it's clear with that person, because that's what people are doing nowadays, right? They're bartering services for clout, services for eyeballs, and so
Well,
you have to lock it in.
well, and sometimes what I've learned over the years is that the posts or the collabs, that stuff rarely works.
Right.
That stuff rarely gets you anything, time and time again. So what I actually did, I have a free event this Sunday. I was a little, not necessarily torn, but the number of guests like quadrupled. Huge. So starting from the beginning, just like how you mentioned, this event, I actually reached out to them and offered them service. So when it comes to free service for me, I have learned, or I have instilled, or whatever, my rule is I'll do 2 free services a year, one every 6 months.
Love that.
One every 6 months, because I feel like A, I'm giving back, and then B, I'm still putting myself out there. But
Yeah.
I try to reach out myself for instance, this is a Pilates group. Pilates is like the hot diggity dog right now.
Right.
So there's this big Pilates group in the IE. They set up do Pilates like at the farms, whatever. So they did a Pilates with horses and cowboy boots. And I'm like, you know what? The Thirsty Horse would love
Yeah.
to sponsor your next event if you would like, whatever. It was supposed to be like 50 people. Cool. No big deal. We'll do mocktails. And then she messages me 3 days ago, like, hey, just so you know, our count actually went up to 100. We're going to be much bigger. We're going to like, okay, well, I'm not going back. I can't say no. I didn't agree to this because I put myself out there. But again, me reaching out, I know this is a group of 100 girls who do big events, 100 girls that participate and do activities on the box, out of the box, 100 girls who are going to be there and see me and try my product for sure.
Right.
So taking it back to last week's episode, I was thinking, obviously, I'm going to be coming out of pocket more. So how do I make this worth my while? We're talking about Google reviews and Instagram follows last week.
Yep.
So my speech is going to be, hey, come on up. I have free mocktails for you in exchange for a Google review or an Instagram follow, post, whatever, one of the above. So
Fine.
even if I'm coming out of pocket, at least I'm coming up with reviews or follows or just more traction and just
Right.
more traction.
Right.
So you just have to make it work to what's going to be better for you in the long run. Yeah.
I love
Tangible.
it.
Yeah, you have to make it work. We're going to be doing free stuff nonetheless. Pick the right people to do it free. Beat them to the punch.
Right.
Yeah, not beat them to the punch, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. No, you that's great. And the fact that you implemented the Google review, the something in exchange for this, now it's a little bit more than free, right? So it's
Mhm,
not like
yeah.
completely like I'm just, giving you everything. It's like, all right, hey, look, like we're getting something out of this. And then you get honest feedback from people and stuff like that, which is priceless, So I think that's awesome. And you actually, one of the points I'm going to read out, you actually hit on one of them of like limiting them. Like that's one way that you can control some of this and say, hey, I'm doing 4 a year. That's
Yeah.
it. And if people come at you and say, hey, I got this free event, this and that, and maybe it is a good opportunity. You checked all the boxes in your head. You're like, this is a good one, but you did your 4th one already. And stick to it.
Yeah.
That's what
And it
is.
gives you an easy out too
Right.
for maybe those people reaching out that want free shit. Hey, I've actually met my quota for sponsorships for the quarter or the
Right.
whatever. Reach out to me again next quarter.
Right,
Maybe we'll
right.
have some more opportunity.
Right.
Never know where a relationship may go. And
Yeah.
maybe that it wasn't a good fit, but maybe the next one is. I think of just recently we celebrated our cousin's 50th birthday, and the big hit for her party was a pizza truck
Oh, I
where
love those.
right, like it was a huge hit for the party, and how that truck, they got it for free because they had agreed to exchange services with the vendor, but their event fell through. And so the vendor was like, hey, in exchange for you doing my party, I'll do your party. And even though their event fell through, they still showed up.
Right.
And it was everybody. People were grabbing multiple boxes to go home. Yeah, right.
It's
Like
the best.
it took even I couldn't get a slice.
But that's a good point. Bartering. Yeah, bartering. It's that one's on a different, it's not a
Right.
full-on sponsorship because you're
Yeah.
getting something out of it. I got a senior
Yeah.
graduation coming up next month. I might have to put myself out there. Get me a pizza truck in return for some bar service
There you go.
and
That's
a DJ and
Yeah, right. Let's just exchange things,
just
right?
change it all. Yeah.
I
No
love it.
people.
I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna read this. real
I want to hear.
Yeah, and I think this is pretty interesting. So I won't bring up who this is from, but it just came across my feed and I thought it was pretty good. But I got asked to donate 500 cans for a single event last week. I think this person, like, they're founder of an RTD or a drink. I said no. We get asked to donate product almost every day, but as a small brand, every can we give away has to work if we want to survive and thrive. So here's the 4-filter framework I run every free product request through. 1 is geography. The event needs to be in a neighborhood we actually sell in. If there's nowhere for attendees to buy their product the next day, a one-time try doesn't go anywhere, right? So it's just putting yourself in the right place. Are you in the right space? Like this one that you're doing, Viv, you kept saying 100 people that are this, that's perfect. You did exactly that. You're getting in front of the right people that is going to increase your chances of somebody saying that was cool. This fits my theme and who I am. I would love to book her for something else type of thing.
And actually location too. The event is going to be 20 minutes from us. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. The second one was demographics. Their product isn't for everybody. Our consumer is pretty specific, young professionals, high social, health and wellness focused. When the room matches, the response is different. When it doesn't, we're pouring cans for people who are never going to buy. So that's another thing you got to ask yourself. Are you doing something free for a bunch of like, here's a crazy, like influencers that are like 18 to not 18, but like young, 21 to 25 years old.
Yeah.
They wouldn't hire a bartender. I'm not saying all of them wouldn't, but I'm just saying there's a good chance that they are not going to hire a bartender in their own thing. They're going to be
That's the smallest pool.
Right.
Yeah. It's the smallest pool of people that book bartenders. Most people who book bartenders are either, hey, they're getting married, right? Which means that they are usually at least in their mid-20s or older. Hey, I work in an office, usually, in their 30s and upwards. Those are, you're celebrating a 40th birthday. You're celebrating retirement.
Right.
These are older folks. And so, young demographic, unless like some one-off situation, like it usually not going to come out for you.
I do free events, but I refuse to do free events for influencers, hands down.
You just don't do it.
I just don't do it. I did it once. It was a collaborative post. I got like maybe a follower out of it, and that was it. Nothing, barely any communication from the influencer themselves, which I already knew going into that. But it was like, I think everyone feels like they have to do it one time. So when they have tons of money to be able to pay, they shouldn't be asking for free service. And I want to reserve my free services for six kids. Oh my God. I'm sorry.
More booze for you.
Right.
I want to reserve my free events for sick kids and sick animals. Okay.
Right.
And then maybe anybody that I pick and choose that I know would be good for me in the long run.
Yeah.
But yeah.
And that's another thing too. I think that's great. Is all like, what's a good cause that you believe in or you want to give back to? When we're saying free, we're more so coming from a sense of like, all right, I'm doing this to try to gain something in the long run or whatever. But sometimes you're still gaining. It could be like just for you to give and for you to just feel like, hey, I want to do something for this, for said group or whatever the situation is, and that fills up your cup. You know what I mean? And hey, that's worth it. So that's another angle with it too. Okay, so the first is geography, the second is demographics, the third is amplification. So this is where it goes where what you're saying. The goal is for every can to go further than the one person drinking it. Is there a photographer, press, investors? Will people post and tag? One moment captured and shared does more than cans poured into a room no one's documenting, right? That's another thing too. Like, what is this event about? Like, what are people doing? Is there things going on? Is press involved? Like those kind of things that may check the box for you. Like, okay, cool. Like an article could be shared, or a lot of people are posting and tagging stuff, and it's very connected, and so like that could be an interesting thing as well. And then the fourth one was feasibility. Sometimes the event is amazing and the answer is still no. Right? We're small. We have a limit. Oh, and we do not pay to pour at events. So there's some people like this normally goes with like a cocktail selling thing that we do where they're saying, hey, you got to pay for this space in order to be here.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they're saying. They're saying that some people are saying like, hey, you want to be here and advertise your product and give away free stuff, you need to pay for a booth to be here, this and that. But it's going to what you said earlier, Viv, of just all like, look, it could check all these boxes, but I hit my limit. I can't take the risk no longer anymore. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes it works,
Right.
sometimes it doesn't. Even if you check these boxes, there's still a high chance that nothing comes out of this whatsoever.
Yeah. I actually have one in my inbox right now. I'll have to run by you guys. It's just, they're like irking me now. So I'm at the point of like, nah, but
Really?
yeah, they're okay. Well, it's more of me talk. So this is somebody that reached out to me. I know they are like a nonprofit organization, which I love to support.
Right.
I think this is something, some teacher group. I don't remember, but they had reached out like 2 months ago. Hey, we were referred to you by a planner that you work with. This is a planner that you've met, a planner that I work with. She's a big wig in the business. So if anybody ever says, hey, so-and-so referred me, okay, like all eyes on you.
Right.
What can I help you with? We're looking for some help with bar service. Can I send you an email? Yeah, shoot me an email and then let's see what I can do. Because at this point, I already knew, like, I already have a sponsorship in the works, but let's see what I can do. Never heard from them. And like 6 weeks later, literally 6 weeks, it just popped in my head, like, I never got an email from them. Is it in my spam? I don't want to look bad because I've been referred. So I shot them a DM like, hey, did you send me an email? I just wanted to follow up before I book out and I'm no longer available or whatnot. Oh, you know what? Whatever. Long story. They were working with somebody else to try to get it all for free. Apparently it didn't work out. So like another 3 weeks later, like, hey, we have that email ready for you. All they want at that point is, can you just have a bartender come and serve for free? Well, what are your specs? This is 250 people gala event that need to be served within a 60-minute window. And she wants just one person there. And, well, it wouldn't work, logistically for 200 people. Oh, and space is limited. So if you have a bar, please bring the smallest bar you have available. So
wow.
4-foot bar, one bartender, 250 people gala. So we're going back and forth. And I'm like, listen, I can't, I wouldn't mind volunteering my time, but I'm not going to put myself out there and represent my business solo versus 200. No, then the question came up, well, what's your budget? What are you working with? We can actually come and just sell the cocktails. All you got to do is cover your ABC catering permit for the day. And like, I won't even charge you anything else. No labor, just cover your permit. But then it turns into like, well, how about we meet? Can we meet in the middle? I'm like, I don't know what the middle is. Cause then I threw her a quote, just labor. Cause they said, we'll supply literally everything. We just need staff. Okay. I need 3 people. If we're going to be successful at 250 bodies in 60 minutes, we need 3 people. Can we meet in the middle? I said, well, what's your middle? Basically charge you less and bring all the supplies for them. I'm like, no, this isn't a middle. This is like completely free and then some. Yeah. What, can we have a follow? She emails me like, well, what if we jump on a call? Then maybe we can. I'm like, I don't know that I want to jump on a call. Like, I already know how this is going. It's a lose-lose for me. But again, I don't want to leave them on red,
Right.
So
you have to be upfront. That's another great thing too. I know we want to be yes men and yes women, but we have to just be direct and just tell them upfront, because people hate being left in the gray, right?
Yep.
Give them a yes or no and just let them move on and find the next thing. But yeah, it like hearing all of it, like unless this person is like really influential and like they are the who's of whatever this individual, because forget the event, like that event situation is such a short amount of time. You're not branding yourself. It is just a transactional robot bartending situation where no one's
just a conveyor line. Just go.
Yeah, you're a conveyor line. No one's going to be like, oh, this is great service. And I'm chatting with the owner, and you're missing out on all of that. So it's like now I'm doing this for free. It's like, unless like you are lining me up with another event that's going to be well worth my time. Like, I just don't know if this makes sense, for me to do this,
This is polar opposite. Like this weekend, I'm giving away tons of drinks for a shit ton of people, but I know it's going to make sense.
Right.
Over here, no. Yeah.
No, that's great. That's great.
It's always a red flag when they say something like, yeah, I just need one bartender.
Yeah, I just need one bartender. 250 people? Well, not all of them are going to drink.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Please, girl, please. I've been in this industry a
Is that what you're
long
telling them on
time.
their
Right.
invite?
And you
Hmm
right. And you know there are probably like 300 people is really showing up. They're like telling you they're lowballing you right now.
Can
So,
you imagine? Just send us one person. That way we don't have to pay. No, I would not do that to anybody.
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
That's
anybody that knows what they're doing would not want to be put in that predicament.
Yeah.
People
right.
are going to get pissed. People are not going to get drinks by the time their fancy gala starts.
Yeah. No, this is great. I love it. And to kind of cap off this article, so how she finished it was what I've learned building her brand, saying no is actually part of building the brand. Every can has to work hard. Every yes has to count. Curious how other founders think about this. What's your filter? It's so true. And again, it rung a bell for me of like the amount of no's that you have to say in order to just build your brand and do something. Like the amount of no's that CJ and I say, like, I can't go to this family function. I can't do this. Like, I can't do that. Like, and because if I say yes to everybody, then nothing is getting done. You know what I mean? So to stay focused and all of that stuff, no is a part of the process. And so don't feel bad saying no and stand on business and move forward. And it's funny how even that last event that you're talking about where they wanted you on this conveyor belt and they're looking for something for free, but then you were like, no, but then now they're coming back. Well, let's meet in the middle. Hold on. So you do have money.
Right. Right.
Yeah. There's
Oh, well, where did that come from? And so,
Yeah.
it's still probably not worth it, but at the same time, like now all of a sudden, so it's very interesting. Like, just that's part of the business, I guess, is what I'm saying. To even show the viewers how, if we are going to do a free event, here's another way to, just like how Vivian, you mentioned of like, hey, you're going to do this event and you're going to ask for Google reviews and stuff like that. When we were doing a free event for people, we only required one thing is like, you have to book it this way. I'm going to make you do the work to get the free event. So I'm going to share a screen and show how we use it on the platform. And this is where the customer facing side of the platform is really cool, right? Without you having to go in there and send invoices and blah, 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 and do all this stuff. It's more so of, you're going to create a discount code. And here's the other thing too, have a limit. We talk about limits, right? That could be a limit on how many events. It could be a limit on how much you're going to give them. So you can say, hey, I'm only doing an event, 25 people, 3 hours. That's the max. You want more, you're paying for that difference, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like you can limit what you're going to give out so you know what's going on. But so now, just to share screen. Right. So what I'm doing is, if you guys are, is this big enough, guys?
I think we've been zooming in, or is that the Zoom?
This is I went to 101.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
Looks
I
good.
don't even need my glasses.
Nice. So if I'm on here, right, this is the discount section of the platform. For the people that are on the platform, you guys are familiar. If you're not, there's a discount section within your dashboard of your platform. And you can come in here and create any type of discount you want. And you can say, what should we call this free event? What's the code?
Let's call it Summer 2026.
Summer 2026. Love it. You can have it as a percentage, as a fixed amount, anything of that nature. I'm going to go fixed amount because you may know what your fixed amount is. And I want to go back to that concept that I said, limited, 25 people, 3 hours. Let's say, again, I'm using a one and only's account over here, Jordan's account. Let's say his thing for 25 people, 3 hours is, let's call it $850. Okay. So it's a fixed amount at $850. This is valid for this. Let's say this event is happening May 15th, right? So you got up to May 15th to use this. You can have it valid till whenever. You can make it valid for one booking for this situation and then valid for his one and only cocktail package and save. Now, other ways to use this discount code, you can have a promotion that you want to do for the month of May. You can say, hey, for the month of May, I'm giving 10% off for the first 10 bookings that you get. You can do all sorts of different ways to give out discounts. And what's great, if you guys saw some of the other episodes, we have this pricing calculator. It makes you feel very confident in your pricing. And so to give away 10%, you can see your pure profits. You can see how much money is coming out of your pure profits. And you may feel comfortable saying, if I get 10%, I'm still making pure profits, $300 off this event. Therefore, I feel more comfortable with doing it and making that decision. So you can use this stuff. But for this situation, you're giving away a free event to somebody. I'm creating the discount code for them, summer 2026, or use their name. You know this person at this point. Use their name. Make them feel special, whatever, for the code. And you save it. So now what I'm doing is I'm giving them my profile page, right? So again, we're going to use Jordan at one and only, wherever he's up.
He's up.
Oh, I need to pass
I
them.
pass him.
On your right side.
Boom.
Right.
Right. So this is, everyone has their link that goes directly to here. Everyone has their own profile link. And so he will give this to the customer and say, hey, you go ahead and go through the booking. And I'm giving you this discount code for $850. So now they're coming in here. They're like, okay, well, my event's over here off of Wilshire Boulevard in LA. And well, you know, now it's like 75 people. Like, it's getting a little higher. Let's do it for 100 people, like just in case. Okay, so they're doing all this stuff. Okay, the date's on the 15th, like we said, right? 15th. And yeah, I want them. I know, Jordan, I just asked for 2 hours, but you know, let's really do 3 hours, like, because we want to have a good time. Oh wow, it's $1,600, almost $1,700. Okay, you gave them $850. They can do whatever they want with it. Well, let me go ahead and reduce this and that or whatever, make it fit, or maybe I'm coming out of pocket $400, whatever the situation is. Great. So you're doing that, whatever. Let's say they move forward with it. They pick the type of event. They put in all their information, right? And then from here, they pick their cocktails that they want for you to do. Cool, great. And they're going through the process. Here's all the booze that they're going to need. Now, bear in mind, the alcohol is separate. That's not your money. That's not your services. The alcohol is what they have to pay for. And you don't want to pay for that stuff. Like, you're going to have to pay for it yourself. So let them know that is separate. I'm giving you $850 off of my services, right? So if they want it, they can have it. If they don't want it, they can take it off, whatever they want to do. As you guys know, if you're on the Happiest Ours platform, if you use the preferred brands, you can return the bottles that you don't open back to your local store. So you can pick your beer, whatever the customer wants for their event, waters, whatever they want. They need a portable bar. Maybe they don't. They need ice. Maybe they say, you know what? Oh, my place has a bar. So cool. They're saving $200. Or I'm going to go get the ice so that I'm not spending so much. Cool. You can take that off. Now you're chopping off, and you're not spending so much over the $850 for the customer. But they're going through this, and they come in here, and then all they got to do is come in here and put in their coupon, summer 2026, add it, boom, $850 off, right?
Look at that.
And they see that total drop down dramatically. Now, then this is where they put in their card, they pay for the difference, and they go. Now, multiple things, and I'm going to stop sharing now because I've learned through our brand person, aka Alana, that when we don't need to share anymore, we should stop sharing.
Good job, Alana.
Anyways, yeah. So now a couple of things happens in that situation, right? Or a few things. One, you're making them go through the process. If this is somebody that you've checked the boxes and said, this is somebody I want to give a free event to, that probably means that this person can either amplify you and talk about you, or will book you again, right? And I promise you, they will be amazed when they see, like, wow, I did all of that myself, and click, boom, paid. Now you're showing up with all this stuff and doing this crazy event that's going to be nice, and hopefully you deliver a great service. And so now you put them through this process to where, boom, I got you, right? Now, as we discussed offline, we said that we've had multiple clients that now just go on the site and they just start clicking things, and every year, twice a year, 3 times a year, they're just booking it themselves, and we don't even talk to them. It just comes in. And that is a win. You taught them to habit, and now they're going to probably rave about it. They're going to probably talk to whoever their peers are and say, oh, you guys hiring a bartender? Bro, you should check out this guy who's on this Happiest Ours thing. I just click a few things. All that phone call and stuff is too much. You just click a few things and boom, you're ready to rock. So that's a huge win there. A second huge win is that they get to see your original price.
Yep.
That is probably the biggest thing ever. Like if you just give them a free event, then they're just all, that's what you're worth free to them. Like
They don't get to see that value. It's just a magical free.
it's magical. It's free at that moment. They're like, oh wow, this dude was $1,600. He gave me $850 off. Like you, as a human being, you're gonna naturally feel like you owe them something.
Right.
Like naturally, So at that point, it's it's about them seeing it and then them seeing how much you're giving them, and all that stuff. So they're gonna just feel like, hey, we got to do something extra for this person, right?
Yeah, and for sure that does happen, and even if it's not $800, but I actually had a super last minute booking for this weekend, which is just a few days away. I had given them a little bit of a discount nonetheless, because this is through a planner that I work with regularly.
Nice.
But I had to finagle a discount code to give them that price, right? So when the client paid today, and I said, make sure you enter your discount code, it was like $105.
Right.
But she put it in and it was like, oh my gosh, thank you so much for that discount. Even though I had already said I was going to give it to them, it didn't click. They didn't appreciate it, or they didn't recognize it until they themselves had to physically put in that discount code.
1000%. It's like writing things down, right? It's like brain to hand to brain, like whatever the how that magic works. Like that's what it's about, and it's making them do it themselves. So again, if you're going to give, I think the premise of this whole thing is that if you're going to give something for free, you got to get something out of it, and it may not be a lot that you're asking for. You're just asking like, hey, can you do this yourself? Here's a discount code. I want to see you do this, or whatever the situation is, because there's higher chances of something happening out of it. So yeah, it would work. It would work for us when we were bartending. And if you're on the platform, use that discount code. If you're already giving stuff for free anyways, use it. And therefore there might be something else that can come out of it. Right.
Yeah. And that's a good point. I've never thought about that. And I'm so glad you pointed that out, because I would love to, if I were to reach out to someone again, hey, I'll sponsor an event, do this step. Yeah. So that they see how easy it is. And secondly, like, dang, she just gave us $1,700 or whatever,
1000%. And even one step further, like obviously as we keep building out the platform and make it better and better, you're capturing information. Even if they pay $10 after you gave the discount, you now captured their name, the email address, the phone number, where they're at, what cocktails you made. All of that's being captured by the platform. And then we're creating tools where you can automatically reach out back to them and all of these things, and again, as I always say in our business, the nurturing side is the most important side, I think, because it's about reminding them how great of a service. Hey, remember that free thing I did for you like last year?
Yeah.
It's reminding them like, hey, just let you know, like, I'm not asking you to do anything free for me. I'm just saying, did you enjoy yourself? Was it good? Well, I would hope that you would amplify how good it was so that maybe I can get a booked gig, and that's the least they can do at that point. So these are all little things in our little tweaks that we can do in our business that can potentially help out. So,
and it does help. Not all free things are bad. It's definitely a way of staying relevant.
Right.
I've had a couple of surprise bookings where they literally just booked themselves. I never reached out to them. They never reached out to me. They just went on there and do. And I definitely think a big part of that is because I try to stay just relevant, just throwing yourself out there. So if it takes a free event twice a year, that's eyes on you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Even a free event, if you're slow, a free event, just and maybe now you're capturing content at that event, right? Like, because even being able to capture content and to have people, get captured with your cocktails in their hands, provide value. So like, it just goes back. You gotta provide the value in that free event, right? And you find out, first of all, you gotta set it. What would you like that value to be? And then the other part is, making sure that you execute on it and pull it out.
That's it. That's a great point. Like we see that too, where it is slow. It's slow for people. Sometimes they just need to just generate more energy. They just need to like switch things up and just put yourself back out there. Just get out there, do something. And sometimes that just just boost them and just like, okay, I'm ready to get after you. You're getting back in front of people and you kind of do things a little bit differently, you know? So you can use that as a tool just to kind of just change the monotony of things and kind of the slow periods, because again, it is marketing still, right?
Mhm.
It is, you are getting out there in front of people. Again, you want to get in front of the right people and stuff like that. You want to check. So if you're going to do it and give yourself the best chance for something to happen. But you go out there, you make it happen, get the content, just get multiple things out of it and get content and meet people. Maybe you do spend on having the bartender bartend while you are talking to people and you're focusing on the relationship side of things. It might be worth it for you to do that, you know.
Mhm.
So leverage what you have, your resources, and make it happen. So this is great. We appreciate you guys. If there's any interest in joining and using some of these cool tools, we have a 14-day free trial. Come check it out. We'll put the link in all the things below, and you guys will find us. So appreciate you guys again. Thanks CJ and Vivian for jumping on, and we'll chat next time.